So my story. So I'm in Pakistan, right? I've been in America for like 10 years, and I have not been back to Pakistan. So I'm sitting in Karachi, Pakistan, and I'm excited. I haven't been to Pakistan in a while. So two of my sisters getting married, and it just, I'm meeting my homies. It is just amazing. I'm having a good time. About ready to come back to America. So in Karachi, Pakistan, I'm sitting at my house, chilling, drinking some chai, and all of a sudden, in the room, my dad was like, I think we should move to Alaska. And then my jaw dropped, right? I was like, well, huh? Like, what? So, and then let me backtrack a little bit how we even got to that point. So I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, been there for 10 years, right? Dad was working, I had a part-time job, but my dad was the main moneymaker. Uh, uh, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, and around 2008-ish, somewhere in there, my dad decided that, hey, I'm going to quit my job and he's going to try to get into business. So it was a very good thing. Like, all right, let's do this. So we opened up a dollar store. Unfortunately, the timing was horrible. If you guys remember, in 2008, that's when the economy was going really, really, really down. So we tried it. The business did not work. It was a dollar store. We named it Raja Traders, of course, Adil Raja. But that didn't work. So I was like, okay, let's close the business down. And then we said, hey, the location wasn't good enough. We do another location. So we ended up getting a second location. Didn't work either. So I was like, oh, snap. So we racking all this debt. So one of our close relatives that had a laundromat, like a dry cleaners, yeah? So we're like, let's try that. So we're like, okay, so we got into that business. Well, that didn't work either. So and my dad quit his job, right? And we're doing business, didn't work. I kid you not, we were over 100K in debt. And we were struggling, and we didn't know what to do. At that time, two of my sisters, my elder sister was trying to get married. It is very expensive to get married, especially back home in Pakistan. So somehow my parents, got the money together, like, hey, let's get them married. The problem now was tickets. It's 8 of us, right, with kids and the parents. Tickets are $1,600 a pop. That is expensive ticket to go back, and we're already struggling. So somehow my dad got the idea, or somebody told my dad, hey, move to Alaska. If you drive cab, you'll get enough money and you'll be good, yeah? So, yeah, right? So, I'm pretty wild back then, and my dad comes, he's like, I'm tired of y'all kids, I'm moving to Alaska. And we're like, man, whatever, I don't even know what Alaska is. And then one day, he literally buys a ticket. He comes up, he's like, I'm moving to Alaska. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Dad, I'm so sorry. I ain't never gonna do anything again. My apologies, don't go nowhere. But then, I found out it was because of that. So him and my older brother, they decided to move to Alaska to get some money. Turned out to be good. They made enough money, got the tickets, everything was good. For me, I really didn't care. My dad and my older brother went back, and I had freedom. So I was having a good time. So it was like, whatever, we're good. So then we got to Pakistan, and then this has happened. And then the icing on the cake is, so my neighbor that we knew for like 10 years, right? We had it planned that, hey, we, sell the house, we get some money, that would help some debt, right? So my dad gave him power of attorney. You know what that happens? So we get a call in Pakistan, he sold the house. So we had I think 2 weeks or something like that to vacate. So we were panicking like, we need to do something. We got no house. So over there, that's where the decision was made. Hey, let's move to Alaska. So, I was like, let's do this. I remember this day like it was yesterday. December 23rd. I landed in Atlanta from Pakistan. December 25th, 2 days later, I'm coming to Alaska. I am scared. I've never heard of Alaska. I didn't even know that was a state back then. Yeah, it was like, what? But I was scared. I was thinking it was going to be igloos. I literally didn't know there were people here. So, yeah, I literally didn't know that. So I came over here. We landed out in the airport, and I walk out. I see people in cars. I'm like, yo, we're good. We got this. So, so a week later, so my parents were supposed to come on the 1st of January, and we came here 25th. 5 days. Luckily, on the 31st of December, we ended up getting an apartment. And then on the next day, my parents came, so we had every place to live, so that was cool. We had no furniture, nothing was there. We went to Walmart, and we got the little mini pads, to sleep on. The struggle was real. So, and then my brother was driving cab, so I was working at Dairy Queen in Atlanta. So it was like, hey, I can get a job here. So on Tutor, I got a job at Dairy Queen, and I'm trying my best to to get a any overtime I can get, anything I can get to help my family. You know, like we just came to a state that we don't know what's going on, so I want to help out. So I was pulling extra shift. And then if you guys, there's a lot of friends that I know are here. So if you guys know, I don't do time. So of course I had no car in the morning time. I missed the bus. I had to walk from Dowling to all the way to freaking Tudor. That was a long, cold walk. I bought some shoes from Pakistan. They tore up, so I had to get some new shorts. Yeah, I remember one time at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking back to my house, right? And I'm like, this snot's coming down my nose. It's cold. And my mom is like all sad. She see me. And that's when I had a flashback at the moment at the dry cleaners when I was sitting there. I'm sure you guys know the show called Deal or No Deal. Back then, they had casting going on. So I was like, yo, if I can get on that show, I can, like, get some money. So I made this video at the dry cleaners, like, real. I kid you not, it was real. It was coming from the heart. And that's when I realized how, like, struggle we were. I started crying, man. I couldn't hold it. Shout out to my dad. I don't know how he kept it stressed. I couldn't hold it. And at that time, my mom came up. My sister happened to walk in. Everybody just crying, man. It was just crazy. So, like, but I'm glad we got over it. Came to Alaska. One of my buddy was like, hey, let's, forget Dairy Queen, man. Let's go sell cars. So I'm like, all right. So I ended up selling cars. It was pretty good. That's just one of the main incidents that happened to me. So back then, I had a beard. This is, this beauty right now is pretty good. Back then, I didn't know how to take care of that, so it was like psh, everywhere, yeah? So, yeah, so, and then one of this incident, kid you not, this is real. So I remember this one, somebody came up to buy a car, and he was like, Adil, it was a military guy. He was like, Adil, man, you're a cool dude, man, but just because you got a beard, it makes you want to think you're the enemy, and I want to, like, fight you or kill you, one of the other. I think he says kill you. So I was like, whoa, like, all I want to do is sell a car, that's it, right? But he didn't even buy a car, so like, whatever, yeah? So, and then I went to my mosque, and, I'm pretty active in my mosque, and I remember we had a conversation, and I told somebody about that, and I remember this one state trooper or cop or whatever it was, he kept telling me, hey, Adil, you want to do something? Let's do something. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do nothing of it. Later I found out that was an undercover FBI informant, and he was just trying to get people, and I was so lucky. You have no idea. If I would have said something, I'd be Guantanamo? I don't know, like, yeah. And the real thing, he ended up getting somebody. But long story short, Alaska been really good to me. It was amazing. I got through college. My sister got through college. My brother, he's about to be a doctor. He's in New York. My sister's a pharmacist down there in Florida, and she's going to pursue some more education. I graduated. I'm good. My parents, we did good. And then we paid our debt. Everything got good. And then one thing, if Alaska was a person, I would hug that person right now. I would. You know why? Because in Alaska, I met one of the greatest friends you can ever ask for, man. Like our group of friends that I'm friends with right now, I've traveled the world with. I mean, I have ups and downs. These guys are just amazing. And even though my parents, they struggle got real, that's what I got from this. My friends, George and Dom is in the house somewhere. Shout out to you. Hey, and thank you, Alaska. Unfortunately, I will be leaving. I do want to get married, and I want to get a good Muslim woman, and I want to go somewhere where there's more. So, unless you're in the house, you can come look for me. Thank you.